Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC Vegas 89, Namajunas versus Hebas. We back with another recap, sadly, of another card that was not very good. It was better than last week's, but I think most cards are. It was just not great. It was your basic Apex card. It was not good or bad. It was average, and I'm okay with that, especially coming off last week's card, which was fucking terrible. But this still is not a good card. A lot of dull moments, especially the last two fights ending pretty badly. But a good chunk of the card was good, so a lot of ups and downs, some insane moments in between. And, I guess all I can say is, let's recap them. So, yeah, not very much to say. I think I'm just rambling on now. So, before I get into the recap, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs go by the end of 2024. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, you want to recap some fights? I don't. Let's do it. Yeah, like I said, not the greatest card in the world, but at least it was watchable, unlike last week. Had more than one good fight. And let's begin tonight with a fight that was okay. Could have been better. As we begin in the heavyweight division with a fight between Mick, Parkin versus Mohammed, Usman. Not the fight I was expecting. In round one, Usman landed a really good shot on the feet, hurt Parkin, and was able to win that round. But then for the next two rounds, he just got outstruck and lost. Parkin got his timing down and his striking down and all that, and he just pieced him up and picked him apart for 10 minutes. Why Mohammed never shot a takedown, I don't know. That's why I picked him. I thought he'd be able to, especially on a gassed Parkin like he was in the later rounds, I really thought he'd be able to take him down and win this fight, and I think if he would have shot takedowns, he would have won this fight, because he won round one on the feet. He just needed to win one more round, and he didn't. Like, after round one, Parkin completely got down Usman's timing and his striking. Leg kicks were fucking working perfectly, and Usman just kept striking. He never shot a takedown. He never faked a takedown. He just went striking for 15 minutes, and it was fucking stupid. As someone who picked Usman as a dog and talked about it, I think I read the fight pretty well. But he just didn't do what the main reason I picked him was, and that was wrestle. It's like he forgot his last name was fucking Usman. You guys are known for wrestling and jabs. Kamaru's known for his wrestling and his jab. You don't have the jab of Kamaru. You're a good wrestler. Why the fuck did you not do it in a fight where you easily could have won if you did? Like, you bagged round one on the feet, which I was surprised as is. Why not win? You could have. There's a good chance you could have 30-27 him. If you would have started wrestling in round two, you could have won round two, did in round three, win round three. You could have won 30-27. But instead, you decide to become a fucking striker for no reason. That's why you lost. So, I'm very annoyed with Usman. I'm not mad that, like, I have to pick wrong. Like, let me rephrase that. And I said this on Twitter, and I'll bring this back up for a fight later. I'm okay with getting picks wrong. I'm not okay with getting them wrong because of bad fight IQ. Usman, Corey McKenna last week, another fight on this card. Like, if I'm just picking someone who's fucking stupid, then that's not my fault, because I fucking predicted right, just they didn't do it. Usman could have easily just fucking took him down and won. Is there a world where Parkin stops the takedowns? Maybe. But do you really think he was going to stop his takedowns? I don't. Maybe in round two, not in round three when he was dead tired. Usman's just fucking stupid. Why do you not shoot a takedown? Your name is Mohammed fucking Usman. Your brother is Kamaru. You're wrestlers. You ain't strikers. Like, it's annoying. It's very annoying, but what's done is done, and Mick picks up a win and is now 3-0 in the UFC. piss. Okay, I'll talk about Usman a little. I really don't got much else to say about Mo, because I've already ranted enough. Is Mo a bad fighter? Kind of. He has good power in his hands, but he actually has to hit you to show that, and that's hard enough as is for him, because his striking is fucking terrible. It's just throw wild, bad shots, praying they even land by you. And his ground game is good. We've seen that in the Jake Collier fight. We saw that against Junior Tafa. Again, it's just like, if he thought this was going to be like the Pound fight where he lands a lucky fucking punch, yeah, he could have, and you did land a nice punch in round 1, but again, Mick Parkin is better than Zach Pounder. He's going to learn what you're doing, and he did, to a T, so I'm not good for Parkin. He fucking beat him by being smarter. I said this after the fight, and I think it's perfect way to describe it. Mohammed Usman fought Mick Parkin's fight. That's why he lost. That's all I gotta say. And for Mick Parkin, I still don't think this dude's good. I really think he's a very bad fighter. He has no power in his hands. He showed some good leg kicks here. I'll give him that. He did show some really good leg kicks, but besides that, he's not a good fighter, and he's going to lose when he fights a better dude, like, let's say, Das Penge, or if he does start going into the rankings, he's gonna lose to, I could see him losing to a Marcelo de Lima, or he might lose to, a Waldo Cortez Acosta, to be honest. He's just not that, he's really slow, he has no power in his hands. We didn't get to see his ground game here against a real wrestler. He was able to wrestle that Kaio dude, but he's a fucking joke. I'm not thrilled with Mick's performance, but he just fought his fight. He really didn't have to do anything besides just do what he wanted to do for 15 minutes. That was strike. He was okay with losing round 1 when Mo just fucking strikes with him for 2 more rounds. So, yeah, I'm not mad at Mick. He fought fine. He got the win against a dude who fought his fight. Can't really say much else. He kept his O, and that's all that matters to him, so good for Mick, I guess. Only thing left to say is, who should I fight next? For Mick Parkin, let's see. Maybe Chris Barnett, maybe. But that kind of seems like a step down at this point. Justin Tafa, maybe. Martin Budai. I've given Martin Budai or Shamil Gadzhiev. Either one of those two would work. Gadzhiev or Martin Budai or Justin Tafa even. But yeah, I'd say Martin Budai. Why not? Yeah, why not? And then for Mohammed Usman, we'll see. Jamal Pogues is right there. Yeah, probably Jamal Pogues would make the most sense, because really no one else. Most of these people are not even in the UFC, so, or they're booked, so, yeah, I guess Jamal Pogues would make the most sense. Pogues coming off the upset versus Thomas Peterson, so, yeah, I guess Pogues and Mohammed Usman, why not? Not much else to say. Annoyed by Mohammed's low fight IQ, and, kind of, and to an extent shocked, because, again, your brother's Kamaru fucking Usman. How did he not? They didn't really show cornering for this fight, but if his corner didn't tell him to fucking, if his corner told him to shoot takedowns and he just didn't, okay, fine. But if they were just like, oh, keep striking, you're gonna set this up and this up, it's like, no, you fucking idiots. Whatever, it happens. I thought I read this fight pretty well, and I did to an extent, but he just didn't wrestle, so whatever. Only thing I have to say is, who should they fight next? I like Mick Parkin versus Martin Budai, and I like Mohammed Usman versus Jamal Pogues. I think both make sense. Why not do them? That's that. Okay fight to begin the night. Not bad, not good. It was a fight. After that, now we get to the moment of the night, and probably what's the thumbnail of this video, because I'm still in shock this fucking happened. As we have in our second fight of the night in the flyweight division, André Lima versus Igor Severino. Well, should I even talk about what actually happened in the fight? But not really. I'm just gonna get to the part where everyone's talking about. It was a great fight. It was a great fight. Round 1 was great. And then round 2 started, and everything was going fine. Eventually, Igor had his back against the cage, and then eventually he fucking bit him right on his arm area, and of course the ref stopped it to look at it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you fucking bit him," and then called him commission, and they killed the fight because you can't fucking bite your opponent, dipshit, and that was that. Lima got a DQ win, as he should, and yeah, okay. Let me talk about this fucking idiot. What the fuck were you thinking? That's my main question. That's the only question I have. What the fuck were you thinking? And it wasn't accidental. If you see the bite, it's a full fucking bite in a little area. You don't do that accidentally. So what the fuck were you thinking? Dana said it best. You fucking lost your chance at the UFC because he got cut. He literally got cut before the card even ended, which is, my God, the one of the best things I've seen the UFC do in a long time. So you got cut from the UFC in a fight you got yourself DQ'd in a fight you were looking good in. You might have won round 1. I know in the scorecards he didn't, but I think I gave him round 1. You seem to be a good fighter. Again, you looked really good in this fight, and now you're cut from the UFC. You might fucking lose your fucking license to fight. You're fucking gonna be really in some hot water there, and you're fucked, dude. You're fucked. You probably won't even get signed by PFL. Why the fuck would anyone sign you? You are out of now you're the biter. Like, I swear, I guarantee you they don't even talk about that shit before the fight because it's so common sense. Don't bite your fucking opponent. What the fuck are you doing? Like, it's one of those, I'm in awe. I'm literally almost 24 hours later, I'm still in awe because what the fuck were you thinking? Or not thinking, so, yeah, not, like, you weren't even losing. In real time, you could have been winning that fight. In a lot of people's eyes, you probably were. I don't get it. You're a fucking idiot. You're just stupid, and now he's cut, which he deserves to be. You don't get another chance out of that shit. So, yeah. And then for Lima, dude, he fucking escaped with W. All he had to do was get bit, which without fucking heal, and he got tattooed, and he got a fucking 50k bonus for it. So, yeah, good for Lima, and he looks good in that fight too. He's a good prospect. I'm interested to see him back. So just weirdness all the fuck around, and I don't know what to say. It's definitely the what the fuck moment of the year so far because, like, it's something you don't even think about. Like, before this card, if you would ask me, or do you think I'm gonna get bit? I'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, who the fuck bites their opponent? Oh yeah, a fucking idiot. I don't get it. Whatever. Fun fight, and actions have consequences, and thank God they actually do here, so, yeah. A good win for Lima, I say. Very, quote with a asterisk. So I don't know. Good win for Lima, and I'm excited to see him back. I'm not gonna give him a fight idea because what do you fucking say after this? So yeah, see your Igor, you fucking moron, and Lima. Congrats on the debut win, the 50k bonus, and let's see how you do in your next fight. Hopefully you don't get bit. So yeah. After that, it doesn't get much better. Actually, it got worse in fights and some other parts. And then our next fight in the women's bantamweight division, a fight I was actually pretty excited for, and turned out to be very bad. as we have Darya Zheleznyakova versus Montserrat Rendon. Okay, round 1, Rendon looked good, got takedown late in the fight and late in the round to win the round. Round 2, it was close, but again, I think Rendon did get takedown later in the round to win. And round 3, Rendon, it probably was the best round for Zheleznyakova. I probably still gave the round to Rendon, I don't remember. But either way, I think Rendon won this fight pretty soundly. And somehow they robbed her for some fucking reason. And Zheleznyakova gets the W. Yeah, that's a fucking robbery. If Rendon won this fight, I don't remember it completely, but I definitely remember Rendon definitely won this fight. Round 1, she won it. Round 2, I think I forget if I had 29-28 or 30-27 Rendon, but I know I had Rendon winning this fight because how do you not? Zheleznyakova did outstrike her, but she got taken down at will, and she just looked terrible. So, I don't know why they completely fucked over Rendon and robbed her here, and it's annoying. This is the second week in a row an undefeated fighter loses their O by robbery. Isaac Bulgarian last week, and now Rendon this week. It's like, what the fuck? Fix judging already. It's the biggest joke. It's a joke at this point. It seems like a fucking SNL skit of how bad judging is. How can you not just have 3 people watch a fight and score it correctly? Oh, it's not hard. There's fucking idiots like me who do it every week, and maybe I don't have the best scorecards for every fight, but I think I score most of the time pretty well. How the fuck can you not pay 3 dipshits to do it correctly? Why are these idiots who consistently, weekly, fuck up scorecards keep getting hired? Get real judges. Get former fighters, dude. Get fucking media people, dude, who actually know what the fuck they're watching. It's not hard. Just fix judging. It's a fucking disgrace that you can't fucking just... What happened to just going to the decision and being okay, yeah, I won that fight clearly. Oh, they gave me the fight. Cool. Why the fuck do these fighters have to fucking pray to every god they fucking know that the judges don't rob them in a clear fight they won? Happened to Bulgarian last week. Happened to Rendon yesterday. Fucking keeps happening every fucking week at this point. It's weekly. I don't get it. Why? Like, some decisions that like, Paddy Pimblett, Jared Gordon, that was just blatantly rigged. Sean Strickland, Dracus Duplessis, that was blatantly rigged. But these ones, what the fuck does the UFC care who wins this fight? This is just bad judging. And it's fucking stupid. So, and I picked Zheleznyakova. This is one of the few fights I actually got right on this card. She lost this fight. So, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. That's annoying. I feel bad for Rendon. What a joke. What a fucking joke. There's my one rant for the video. Now let's talk about the fighters. And I want to talk about Zheleznyakova first, because she sucks. She's fucking terrible. It is pure comedy when I went on to walkouts. They say, oh, she could be one of the best strikers at women's bantamweight. She's terrible. Her striking is ass. Like, she was getting beat by a fucking jab by Rendon, who's not even a great striker. Zheleznyakova is garbage. She has no ground game. I was blatantly wrong on that one. My bad. I'll take the L there. And her fucking striking sucks. Yeah, she has 5 finishes against fucking tomato cans in fucking Russia. Ooh, like, she's terrible. If they would've gave this fight to Rendon, and I would say, I might be a little nicer. I might say, okay, she can learn from this, get better. She's trash. She's fucking trash. And another fraud. I add her to the fraud list because shiny record, fucking big favorite in her debut, and she sucks. So, she sucks. And then to talk about her opponent, Montserrat Rendon. I feel bad for her. She got robbed of her O, and she got fucking robbed in blatant daylight, and it's like, I don't even get it. They tried to rob her against Vidal. Well, actually not really. Chris Levin was just a bad judge. But still, like, what the like, and I'm not even trying to act like Rendon's a good fighter. She's not very good. Neither of these two are good. But who was better for 15 minutes? Montserrat Rendon. Like, I watched the fight for 15 minutes. I was excited for this fight because two prospects. Hopefully one of them's good, or maybe both. They both are not very good, but for 15 minutes, Montserrat Rendon was better. What a robbery. Not much else to say. No fight either, because A, robbery, and B, I don't care. So, well, more shitty women's bantamweights. God, this division sucks. Not much else to say. But what a robbery. Fixed judging. After that, we completely flip to the other side of the coin and have a banger in the featherweight division, as we have Jarno Errens versus Stephen Nguyen. What a fight! God damn! For 15 minutes, these two went to war. It maybe wasn't the closest war in the world, but it was still a war, and it was a great fight. Easily 5 the night. A lot of blood was shed, a lot of pain, and it was great. So, like, I can't really do this fight justice. Go watch it if you missed it. It was a banger. It was the 5 the night for a reason. Just a banger. Like, fucking Errens looked great. So, Errens looked great. Stephen Nguyen is tough as nails. Really great fight. Like, I'm actually shocked that this was the 5 the night, especially with some other fights we had on the card. That this took 5 the night, especially with who won it. I would be very shocked by that if you told me that before the card. But yeah, great fight, 5 the night, no question, and respect to both. I'll talk about Jarno Errens first, since I think there's more to say. He looked fucking amazing. For 15 minutes, this is the best I've ever seen him look. This was a great performance. He looked amazing. Like, he looked terrible against Gomez. He looked pretty bad against Sung Woo Choi. He looked amazing in this fight. I've not seen any other fights, but it's probably one of the best performances of his career. He just looked great. He looked fucking angry. He looked hungry for a win, and he got it. So, like a guy I've shit on a lot in the past, I shit on him in my breakdown. He shut me up. Great fucking performance, Jarno. You earned another fight in the UFC with that. You shut me up, man. Great. He fucking looked great. Kickboxing for 15 minutes. You don't. That's if is this the new Jarno Errens? I want to see this guy more. Can we get this Jarno Errens more than the guy we've seen here? So, yeah, great performance by Jarno. And to talk about Stephen Nguyen, he went into a war that he was not ready for. I guess going from the human punching bag into a real fight, he was not ready for it. So, the win was not even a dude I was that high on or impressed with after Contender Series, and this kind of didn't help. So, I'm not going to call him a fraud because was anyone actually hyped on him, but I definitely will say if he doesn't improve in his next fight, then I really am going to start fucking being harsher, because I'll give him, I don't think even he expected Jarno to come out and look this good, so I give him benefit of the doubt. But he showed a lot of heart. He did have a fun fight. But if you get beat again, especially against someone worse than Jarno, it's gonna start being bad. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Not very thrilled with Nguyen's performance here. So yeah. But the only thing left to say now is who should they fight next? And for Jarno Errens, I have a fun fight in mind that I think after this fight, I think would be we might be having another fight. We might be having another fight of the night on our hands if they did book this fight, and that would be Hyder Amil. That would be a banger in my opinion. Jarno and Hyder, those two would go to fucking war, and I would be very much down to see that. So why not? I don't think anyone would say no to seeing that fight. But do it. Jarno and Hyder sounds like a banger to me. So let's do it. And then for Steven Nguyen, not really. Do I really have an idea for him? Not really. Just fight someone shittier than Jarno and let's see if you win. So yeah, not really much else to say. Banger of a fight. Go watch it if you missed it. And the only thing I have to say is who should they fight next? I like Jarno Errens versus Hyder Emil. And Steven Nguyen, we'll see who he bounces back versus. So yeah, great performance by Jarno. And a great fight. Now go have another banger fighter. Another fight in the men's bantamweight division, which was not very good, as we had Miles Johns versus Cody Gibson. Disappointing. That's the main word I think when I watch this fight and when I'm looking at this fight right now. Disappointing. This could have been way better than it was, and it was just kind of meh. For 15 minutes, Johns was just a better fighter. On the feet, he made Cody look fucking terrible. On the ground, he made Cody look terrible. And Johns just put fucking levels on Cody, showed him levels, and just really disappointing performance by Cody. Not a great fight from Johns, just kind of meh. When this could, on paper, easily could have been fight of the night. And by the end of the night, it's just a fight I want to forget happened. So, yeah, pretty disappointed. Should have been better, could have been better. Pretty lame. Not much else to say. I guess I'll talk about... Actually, I want to talk about Cody Gibson first. Where was the guy that fought Brad Katona? Where was that guy? Where was this guy? Why did we not get this guy? Why did we get a fucking old man who looked like shit? I want to talk about the tough and all that. I'm gonna talk about that with Holobaugh later. I'm disappointed. He went in the Katona fight. He looked like a beast. To now in this fight, he looked like a 36-year-old shitty bantamweight. Disappointed. He just looked terrible. He looked timid. He has no fucking head. He doesn't block punches. He just moves out the way slightly, hoping they don't hit him, which is fucking stupid. He's just not. He looked terrible. Annoying, man. Very disappointing and annoying. And for Miles Johns, he just fought a very chill fight. He didn't have to do much. He didn't have to fucking do much when his opponent was just garbage. So, yeah, respect to Miles Johns. He looked good. He looked good in a fight he didn't have to do much to win. So, and that's now 3 wins in a row now. Like, Miles Johns has always been dude with the talent, but he just falls under the pressure. And in this fight, he didn't have any fucking pressure because Cody Gibson didn't do anything. So, yeah, Johns just fought his fight and won. So, good for Miles, man. 3 in a row, 29 years old. He's always been good. Let's see if he can build on top of this. He trains with Ogden and Armfield and all those guys that gym's really starting to get really good, so good for them. Good win for Miles, and who should they fight next? Because I can't really think of anything else to say. For Miles, I have a fun idea that I think would make some sense. Javid Basharat. I know it might sound a little weird, but why not? Javid's coming off a questionable loss to Ayman. Why not have him fight Miles and see if he can get back on track? And Miles is no fucking layup, so why not? Miles and Javid, I think that sounds like a really fun fight. It would be a tough test for both guys. Someone gets a nice win, the other takes an L. Why not? I'm down to see it. Javid and Miles, book it. I'm not sure I'd pick in that fight after Javid's last fight. I'd really like to see that. And then for Cody Gibson, what do you do with him? Where the fuck is this old man? What do you do with him? Like, who are you gonna feed him to? Like, is the real question. Like, he's not. He needs to fight way down. If you don't just cut him, like, if you fucking cut him, I'd be okay with it, to be honest. But if you don't cut him, like Gaston Valanos or like I don't fucking know. I guess I like the Bolanos or Kazama if he can't beat this fucking guy. So I guess like either one of those two would work. Like, or again, if you cut him, I wouldn't be upset because what the fuck was that performance? Like, it's just fucking pathetic. So whatever. Pretty underwhelming, lame fight, and who should they fight next? I like Miles Johns versus Javid Bashra, and I guess I'll say Cody Gibson versus Toshimi Kazama. I forget what his first name is. I just read his last name, not gonna lie to you. Johns and Javid sounds like a fun fight. Cody should be able to beat Kazama. If he loses that, you get cut. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Good win for Johns and a very boring, disappointing fight. After that, we go to another fight that I am not thrilled about because I got it fucking wrong by stupidity. As in our second to last prelim in the featherweight division, we have Julian Erosa versus Ricardo Ramos. Another fucking idiot who lost because of being a dumbass. So, the fight starts, a little bit of striking, and then Ramos cracks Erosa with a big right hand, and then for some fucking reason he shoots a takedown. They stand up after a minute of Erosa clearing the cobwebs. Erosa gets up, kicks him away, and then dipshit Ramos shoots another takedown, gets guillotined, it's over. Why are fighters fucking stupid? What the why did I pick the stupid ones? McKenna, Usman, Ramos. I swear I find the dumbest people to pick to win. Okay, let me talk about this fucking idiot. Dummy, you're fighting Julian Erosa, who's been knocked out 6 times in UFC, 6 or 7 times in UFC. You cracked him hard. Why the fuck do you shoot a takedown? Okay. Why do you shoot a takedown the second time when he kicks you away? Oh, okay, you're a fucking idiot. Let alone Erosa's a really good grappler. What were you thinking? Or not thinking? So the dude who I wanted to shoot takedowns and Usman didn't, and the dude who I didn't want to shoot takedowns and Ramos did. I fucking hate predicting fights. This is why Ramos sucks. He's fucking stupid. Dude, you could have easily KO'd him. Why? Why shoot a takedown? 2 of them. It's Julian Erosa. Glass chin himself and you fucking shoot. Oh, I fucking hate you. For Juicy J, why can't he be mad at him? He just fucking was like, okay, you're gonna shoot a takedown on me for no reason? Guillotine. Good for him. Good for Juicy J. He beat a fucking idiot. So, good for him. He fucking Ramos gave him this fight. I don't know why. So good for Juicy J. I like Juicy J. He fought a fucking idiot and he was able to outsmart him. Not even. Actually, I take it back. Not even. He was able to just not be a dumb fuck. So yeah, annoying. So the only thing left to say now is who should they fight next? And for Juicy J, I like this idea, and that is him fighting Pat Sabatini. He better not get rocked in this fight. No, yeah, I think it just makes sense. Juicy got back in the win column after 2 L's in a row. Pat is 1-2 in his last 3, and he's not looked very good lately. Why not? I think it'd be a good fight for both. The winner gets a nice win. The loser takes a bad L. Why not? I think it makes sense. I'm not really sure who else Juicy could fight. Maybe there's a better fight for Sabatini, but I'm not saying it. So, yeah, I like Juicy J and Pat Sabatini. I think that'd make a lot of sense. Let's do it. The first time Erosa might not get hurt in a fight because Sabatini can't strike. So, yeah. And for Ramos, fuck him. No fight idea, dumbass. So, yeah, I'm annoyed. Good win for Juicy J. I'm happy to see him get back in the win column at my expense. And, yeah, who should he fight next? I like him and Pat Sabatini. Think it makes a lot of sense. Think it'd be an interesting fight. Book it. Juicy J stays in UFC another day. Because he would have got cut if he lost this, in my opinion. So, good for him. And now, time for the featured prelim. A very boring fight that went, sadly, the way I predicted it to go. As in our featured prelim, we have Trey Ogden versus Kurt Holobaugh. It's not Haribo like a fucking gummy bear, commentators might I add. It's Holobaugh. Jesus. Yeah, this fight went how I predicted it to go and how I thought it would go to an extent, because obviously you see my pick. It went how it would go if Ogden won this fight. He was able to just wrestle for 15 minutes, really no worry in his game. Yeah, he fought the perfect fight against Holobaugh. You don't want to strike with Kurt, so take him down. And Kurt's good on the ground. Trey's just better. So, yeah. It's a super simple fight. He literally just laid on top of him for 15 minutes. I literally can't say anything. Maybe like 6 punches were thrown. I don't remember them. So, yeah, good shit by Trey Ogden. I want to talk about Kurt first, and actually this goes back to a point I made with Gibson and all that. Okay, can we all fucking agree that this tough season 31 was fucking stupid? Jesus. So, out of the 4 finale fighters, Holobaugh, Gibson, Katona, and Hubbard, they are 0-3, and Austin Hubbard has not fought yet. They are 0-3 and have looked like shit. Katona lost to Garrett Armfield, and I think he won that fight, but still, you're having a close fight with Garrett Armfield. Gibson looked like garbage versus Miles Johns, and Holobaugh just got smashed by Trey Ogden. Maybe it was a stupid idea to have a tough season of shitty prospects who are garbage, and old dudes who sucked in the UFC the first time. They're not gonna be better the second time. So all they got from that tough season was a Connor Chandler fight that's never happening, a 36-year-old lightweight who's not good, he's Holobaugh 37, a 36-year-old bantamweight who just didn't fight tonight, fight Miles Johns, I think Katona's only like 32, but still, a guy who's only on the show because he's friends with Connor, and Austin Hubbard, who's a joke. Like, the only good fighters you had on that show were Timur Valiev, and he looked like shit too. Like, what were they thinking with that tough season? Oh yeah, let's just have a bunch of old shitty fighters fight a bunch of shitty prospects. Great idea. God, tough is so bad. Like, and this just proves why tough is meaningless. It's done nothing for the UFC over the last few years. The best thing to come from tough is Brian Battle and Brady Houston. Every other fighter has sucked. Julian Miller, Mohammed Usman, Kurt Holobaugh, Brad Katona, Cody Gibson, Armin Petrosky, Trayshawn Gore, fucking Brogan Walker, Zach Pounga. Garbage. And you're just wasting the coach's time. Half of them don't care, and the other half, what the fuck's the point when they suck? So, tough is a joke. Holobaugh is an entertaining fighter, but we'd be better off in BKFC or Game Bred Bare Knuckle, because he's not a fighter, he's a brawler. So, yeah, Jesus. To calm down a little bit and talk about Trey Ogden, yeah, he's really got better. Two W's in a row now, and he's looked great in both. I guess becoming a coach has really made him a better fighter, because he looked good here. His gassing looked good for 15 minutes. His ground game looked good. His striking still has much to be desired, but still, he looked good. He's really improving, and so something I thought I would never say about Trey Ogden, that he's looking good and improving. But he has. So, respect to Trey, he seems to be a good coach, and he's becoming a better fighter. He's coached Garrett Armfield and Miles Johns, and now he got in there and did some dirty work himself, so let's see if that camp can keep going. Fucking Marathon MMA is red hot right now. Let's see if they continue their streak. So, yeah, good win for Trey, and I guess the only thing left to say is, who should they fight next? For Trey Ogden, I like this fight. Mark Diakese. Why not? I think give Trey a big jump up in competition after 2 wins in a row, and I like it. I don't see why not. DeCasey wants to be a wrestler now. Let's have him fight a real wrestler and see how he fucking does. Besides DeCasey, I'm not sure who else Trey could fight. Clay Guida, maybe? I wouldn't hate to see that. Yeah, Guida wouldn't be terrible, but I'm not even like jumping at the chance to see that. I'd rather see DeCasey. I think that does more for Ogden. I'd rather see Guida fight another legend like Tony or some shit. So, yeah, Ogden, DeCasey, I think makes sense. It probably won't be a good fight, but I think it could be pretty fun. So, yeah, I say why not do it. And then for Kurt Holobaugh, I don't care. Just same thing as Gibson. Give him like one of the shittiest fighters. If he loses, he loses. If he wins, whatever. Christ. But yeah, pretty boring fight to end the prelims. It's literally just 15 minutes of cuddling and whatever. Who should Trey Ogden fight next? I like the idea of him versus Mark DeCasey. Think that makes sense. And yeah, not very much else to say. Good win for Trey Ogden in a boring fight. But that's just how that's just good. If Trey Ogden's winning a fight, it's gonna be boring. So, yeah. Tough is terrible. Yeah, those were the prelims. Not much to say. The highlights were the bite and the banger. Everything else was kind of whatever. This sucked. This was not bad. Pretty bad. Terrible robbery. Not great. So, yeah, outside of the bite and the banger, not very much to talk about. But now we get on to the main card, which was pretty fun for the first 4 fights. So, yeah, well, let's begin the main card, talking about the main card opener, of course, which was Fernando Padilla versus Luis Pajuelo. Well, this went very lopsided very quickly. So, pretty much, for as short as it went, Padilla was able to use his range very well, hit Pajuelo with good punches. Eventually, he cracked Luis with a nice left hand, a little bit of ground and pound. Eventually, Luis did get up, and then Padilla locked in a standing darts choke and got the W. So, yeah, pretty basic fight, just a quick beating, and yeah. To talk about Fernando, he looks good, but against a bad fighter. I want to see him fucking fight. I want to see, like, he knocked out Julian Erosa in 2 minutes, but is that saying much? He finished Luis in 3 minutes, and he looked like shit versus Kyle Nelson. Excuse me. I'm not very impressed with him yet. I do see the talent to an extent. His striking is decent. He has good power. He would like to see him get a submission. I want to see more though. And the fight idea I'm gonna give, I think, could be a really fun fight and could show a lot. So I'll get to that in a minute. But I think Padilla is a dude with potential. He could be a really fun fighter. He's only 27 years old. I want to see more though. That Kyle Nelson fight was a really, really, really bad look. If you are looking bad against Kyle Nelson, yeah, that's a bad sign because Kyle Nelson sucks. So I expect a little better. So let's see what Padilla can bring into the next fight, because hopefully it's against A, a better fighter, and B, he can show more. So he has the power, he has the reach. I think he's tied for the tallest featherweight with, I think, Erosa, funny enough. And I just want to see a little more from this game. So 3 fights in, I see the potential. I want to see more though. For his opponent, Luis, I got nothing to say. He got smashed in 3 minutes. Yeah. Maybe he'll bounce back. He looked pretty terrible. Yeah. That's all I gotta say. So, I guess we'll just get to fight ideas. And for Fernando Padilla, my fight idea for him, which is a banger, Sungwoo Choi. Why not? Why the fuck not? That just screams a banger in my opinion. Fernando and Sungwoo Choi. Dude, that sounds fun. 2 tall motherfuckers throwing bombs at fucking featherweight. I'm down. I don't know who wouldn't be down for that. Troy got back in the win column against Errens. Padilla back in the win column yesterday. Why not? I'm down. Book it. And for Luis, I don't care. So, yeah. Pretty simple, quick main card opener. And, I guess there's really nothing else to say besides good performance by Padilla. And who should he fight next? I like to see him versus Sungwoo Choi. I think it'd be a fun fight. Don't see why you don't do it. Yeah. Great performance by Padilla. He shut me up. After that, I'm not going to say much on this fight, because whatever. In our second fight of the main card, very sad, disappointing fight, as we had Youssef Zalal versus Billy Quarantillo. Billy's old, man. He looked all of that 35 years old. Man, poor Billy. Whatever, off night happens. He'll bounce back to Billy Q. Yeah, right, it was pretty boring, whatever fight. I don't know, I have really nothing to say. Billy's old, he'll bounce back hopefully, because who doesn't love Billy Q? He just really never could turn it on this fight. He's just not, he's not there. He wins this fight 9 out of 10 times anyway, so whatever. He'll bounce back, it's Billy the Squid. He'll be back. That's about all I gotta say. After that, we go to the third fight of the main card, and I'm even impressed with this kid, and I fucking knew he was great. As in our third fight of the night in the bantamweight division, we have Payton Talbot versus Cameron Simon. Holy shit, Payton Talbot's good. Like, I knew he was good. He shocked me a little bit with how good he played this fight like it was easy mode. This looked like a fucking pro versus an amateur. I'm not even trying to shit on Cameron Simon. I'll talk about Simon in a minute. This literally looked like Payton Talbot was playing easy mode. He barely got punched. He fucking did whatever he wanted, and he smacked around Simon like it was nothing. Like, I'm shocked. Like, I picked him to win by a decision. I thought it'd be a fun, close but clear banger. I didn't think he would walk over Simon like he was nothing. That's impressive. Like I said, I knew this kid was good. He's better than I knew he was right now. So, wow. I get on the train now because Payton Talbot's scary. He is scary. Like, 25 years old, he's an issue. Bantamweight might, like, they already have one dude with an afro who kicks everyone's ass. If they have to deal with Payton Talbot now, oh, fuck. So, like, if Talbot keeps getting better, which is scary to think, he's gonna be a champion. And I think he already will be, man. His striking's so clean. And he did stop a few takedowns. I know it's Cameron Simon. I even said his ground game ain't good. He did stop a couple takedowns. Flawless victory. Flawless victory. I got nothing else to say. Just wow. I will talk about Simon a little bit. He looked terrible. Complete mismatch. I told y'all he had no chance on feet, and he didn't. He didn't have a chance on feet because that's fucking Payton Talbot. What is next for Simon? I think is a big question. 2 L's in a row now, 23 years old. Like, he should take some time off. I think he should relax, take some time off. If he took the rest of the year off, I think that'd be fine. Take some time off, come back when you're 24 years old, get a little bigger, maybe even, how tall are you? 5'8", you'd be kind of small at featherweight. Take some time off, heal up, get better, and come back 2024. Because right now, I just don't think he has the right skill set to make a push at bantamweight. We saw how bad he looked very bad against C-Rod, even if he did win that fight, in my opinion. And Talbot just did whatever the fuck he wanted to him. Simon needs to take a break, take some time off, and bounce back. Like I said, don't come back till the earliest I would say is October, November. Heal up, relax, and get better. If he does that, I think he could really come back better than ever, because the kid, I think Simon's a kid with a lot of potential. Like, we've seen that in the Terrence Mitchell fight, and we've seen that in his UFC career. But as he's starting to get these tougher fights, he's looking worse and worse. So, take time off, relax, and come back. So, and then for Payton Talbot, again, this kid is a fucking issue. Like, the Nick Aguirre fight was not his best performance, but he did get to win. He fucking looked flawless in this fight, and that's scary. He could be back any fucking week. He's good, and I think he's gonna be a real problem for a lot of people in this division. Fuck, I'll be dead honest with you. I'm not even being biased. If you put him in there with some ranked bantamweights right now, I say he beats him. He'll beat Rob Font. He'll beat Cheetah, but that's not saying much. He beats Cruz, but again, that's not saying much. And let's go for some higher, like unranked, like Cody Garbrandt. He beats him. Fucking, he's good. His ground game does, again, I do say his ground game probably does need some more work, but he's good. And I think when we're talking about this guy in 5, 6, 7 years, we're probably talking about one of the best fighters in the UFC, probably a champion, if not, and maybe former champion, and he's gonna be one of them ones. He's good. He's good. So the only thing left to say now is who should they fight next for Payton Talbot? I try to find a better fight than this, but I think this is the best fight for him. I think Daniel Santos would be a really fun fight for him. Two wins in a row for Willie Cat. Looked good in them. Why not? Let's see Santos and Talbot. Like, the only other fight I see for Talbot, I guess like a Douglas Silva DeAndrade should be pretty fun. But I think that's too high of a jump too quickly. So yeah, let's see him fight Daniel Santos, and how he goes from there. So yeah. And then for Simon, like I said, take the rest of the year off, relax, and bounce back. No fight idea for him. Just chill. But yeah, Payton Talbot's that guy. He's him, and he's that both gonna be a UFC bout one day. So, but yeah, I got really nothing else to say. Great performance by Talbot, and who should they fight next? I like Payton Talbot versus Daniel Santos. I think it makes a lot of sense. It would be a really fun fight. So let's do it. Talbot's that guy. After that, we had to our fourth fight of the main card. Not gonna say much here because it was lame. After we have Edmund Shabazian versus AJ Dobson. Long story short, AJ cracked Edmund on the feet. Edmund was the guy who shot a takedown. Got it. Eventually Edmund did crack AJ. Drop him, left hook, and then ground and pound, and he KO'd AJ. Yeah, it happened. Edmund still sucks. You got hurt on the feet by AJ Dobson. That takes lack of talent. And then yeah, whatever. Edmund still sucks. They have to. The same thing. This is the same thing they gave with Dalcher Lungambula. They gave Edmund a fucking can. He looked okay. And then he's gonna lose again because they're gonna give him a real fight. He fucking sucks. Edmund's terrible. Simple. And now for when the card got really bad, and that is the co-main event of the evening, a snooze fest between Carl Williams and Justin Tafa. Boring. Where the fuck is the Carl Williams fight? Wow, it was so bad they didn't even put the scorecard up here. Well, for long story short, for 15 minutes, Carl Williams hugged Justin Tafa on the ground. Tafa landed a few good shots when they were on his feet, but Williams took them well and was able to just wrestle Tafa for 15 minutes. Yeah, this was the low-level version of Tybura and Tuivasa. Hard-hitting Australian dude versus a wrestler. And just like Ty Tuivasa last week, the hard-hitting Australian dude got taken down and beat up. So, yeah, shitty fight. I know I picked... It's the same thing with Ogden. I know I'm happy I had to pick right, but at what cost? So, like, and Williams, if he was going to win this fight, it was going to be boring. So, I don't know. Let's talk about Carl Williams a little bit. He's not bad. He has no striking, though. So, he needs to get some striking ASAP, because you're not only going to be... Eventually, someone's going to stop your takedown like Chase Sherman and really give you probably knock you out. Get some better striking. Your ground game's great. His ground game is really good. He has no striking. And if he can get some striking, then we're talking about a guy who could be pretty good. But right now, all he has is his wrestling, and that can only last for so long till someone just knocks you the fuck out after stopping your takedowns. So, we'll see if he can learn some striking. And for Justin Tafa, what him and Junior did, the whole swap and all that, was really cool. But they went 0-2 doing it, and it might not be the best idea. So, I don't know. Tafa will bounce back, get a full camp, and probably get back to knocking motherfuckers out. So, yeah, this is the first time he's really been wrestled in a loss, because he got KO'd, and then he just lost striking matches here. So, and his ground game was terrible. I compared him to Tai Tuivasa. I think he might be better than Tai Tuivasa, because he actually like held his own on the ground. So, yeah, Tafa will bounce back. He will probably bounce back to knock someone out later in the year. So, yeah. But the only thing I have to say now is, who should they fight next? For Carl Williams, there's a really interesting fight that I've seen a couple people say, and I am down to see it. Alexander Romanov. Romanov is ranked. I know, I don't love giving Carl Williams a ranking fight so quickly, but heavyweight sucks. I think him and Romanov would be really intriguing. The outside of Gelatin Almeida, the two wrestlers of the division. I'm gonna see Romanov and fucking Carl Williams. Let's see these two wrestlers. Let's see how they do in a fight. So, yeah, I'm down to see it. Book it. And then for Justin Tafa, he could knock out André Arlovski, or I would love to see him fight Chris Barnett. Anyone else? Shamil Gadzhiev, he could beat up. I want to see him fight Chris Barnett, because that'd be fucking awesome. So, if we can get that fight booked, that'd be dope. I doubt that'll happen, but it'd be cool. So, yeah, not really much else to say. Pretty boring co-main event. And who should I fight next? I like Carl Williams versus Alexander Romanov, and I like Justin Tafa versus Chris Barnett. Both fights are very intriguing. Both would be... well, one of them would be great. The other would be interesting. And, yeah, book them. Why not? And now, another shit main event. Ah, damn it. For the main event of the evening in the women's flyweight division, we had a board burner between Thug Rose Namajunas versus Amanda Ribas. So fucking boring. For 25 minutes, Rose was pretty much a better fighter. She lost round 3, but she won the other 4 rounds in a boring fight. Like, if you want to know what this fight was, it was when they were on their feet, they fought in slow motion. I swear to fucking God, I'm not joking. Their striking was so shit, I thought they were in slow motion. And on the ground, all Ribas did was that stupid Ronda Rousey fucking throw that barely works, and Rose just laid on top of her when she got on top. It was just boring. It was just terrible. Like, I get Rose is a legend, but she's fucking boring. Like, unless she's getting a fucking cool-ass knockout, her fights suck. Name a Rose fight outside of the two knockouts. Whaley rematch sucked. Esparza rematch, one of the worst fights ever. The Manon fight was okay. This fight was terrible. The Joanna rematch, I'm guessing that was probably okay, but that's more because of Joanna. Like, Rose has abilities, and she is a legend. But now she's washed, and she's not that good, and she's boring. Ugh. putting her in main events. Co-main, fine. If this was a 3-round fight, cool. This did not need to be 5 rounds. This did not. And y'all motherfuckers know me. I give WMA the benefit of the doubt. I defend it a lot. I can't defend this shit. This shit was terrible. This fucking garbage. So, I don't care I got my pick wrong. Reboss looked like shit. And I'll talk about her in 1 second. This was god-awful. Like, terrible. Just terrible. And talk about Reboss. She looked terrible. Her striking looked garbage. Her ground game looked garbage. She just looked terrible. I don't know if the moment got to her or she just did not perform. But yeah, I'm severely disappointed with Reboss in a fight. I think she could have walked away for W, and for her to just shit the bed and do nothing, annoying. So yeah, looks like she's gonna be one of those win-lose fighters. So yeah, I don't know. I'm annoyed. This fight sucked. Let's talk about who they should fight next. For Rose, I actually have a really fun fight idea. I say let's do Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. I know, hear me out. I know it sounds insane, but why not? What else are you gonna do with Rose? Fight Caitlin Seminara, a fight no one wants to see, or get fed to Natalia Silva, which I doubt happens. And then for Tracy Cortez, why not? Cortez has been built up. How the fuck long has Cortez been in the UFC? Because she's been built up as this fucking prospect for like years now. Let's fucking see her finally fight. Like, the best person she's fought so far is Jasmine Jasdavicius, who's very good, but come on. Like, let's fucking finally see Cortez fight someone up in the rank. Let's see her fight someone legit. Let's see how good she really is. I feel like for fucking years now, it's just been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Let's see her finally do something. She's 30 years old, and she's been in UFC for fucking years. Since 2019, she's done nothing. She's had 5 fights, 5 wins, none of them that great performances. Her 2 best ones are Melissa Gatto and Jasmine Jasdavicius, 2 good fighters, but for this hype train that she is, for as popular as she is, we know why, she's shown nothing. She's not shown me anything impressive to be ranked 10th. She's not shown me anything where I'm like, oh, she could be a contender one day. She's just fucking a better Paige Van Zandt as of right now in my eyes. Let's be honest, why is she ranked 10th? We're looking at the reason. Why the fuck is she so hyped up and such a big name fighter? We're looking at the reason. I've not seen that great skill set of her. Her striking ain't good. Her ground game is decent. Let's see her fight Rose. Let's see her actually prove something. But she won't. I guarantee you they will never book this fight. Cortez will fight someone like fucking Ujo on like a 2-fight losing streak, or Samanara, which shows nothing. Like, stop being so fucking protective of these fighters you want to build up. Make them, like, wanna know why Sean O'Malley fucking has some people's respect in as a champion? Because you pulled the band-aid off and sent him to Piotr Jan. Y'all, when they booked that fight, they did not think O'Malley would win that fight. He won that fight and proved he's legit. Make Cortez prove something. Don't give her fucking Viviane or Ujo or Moran or fucking Miranda Maverick. Give her a real fight. Let's see her fight Thug Rose. Or fucking Natalia Silva even be okay. Just give her a real fight. I'm tired of these fucking hyped up prospects doing fuck all for 10 years before getting a real fight. Like, Jesus Christ. Build up fighters better. I know for Rose it might not make the most sense on paper, but why not? What again? Do you want to watch Rose and Caitlin Chukagian do nothing for 15 minutes? Or do you really think the UFC is going to feed Rose to Natalia Silva? I don't. And I know she called Macy Barber. If Barber said yes to that fight, she's dumb as fuck. Barber is in prime contention to fight the loser of next week's main event. Why the fuck would she fight the winner of the week before's main event? I don't see what Barber gets out of that. She beats up old Rose Namajunas And then what? Then what? So, I don't see the point of that fight. I think that if Barber said yes to that fight, she's fucking stupid. I don't even have respect for taking a fight down the rankings. She's just fucking stupid. Like, you don't get respect for doing that shit. You're stupid. Especially if you lose, you're dumb as shit. So, Barber should just sit tight, fight the loser of this, and Rose should fight Tracy Cortez. And then for Amanda Hebos, who gives a fuck? Jesus. I don't know. Well, yeah, how could I even give Amanda Hebos a fight idea when I don't know what weight class she's gonna fight? She might fight at fucking bantamweight next. So, whatever. God, how many rants have I done in this video? Tough, Cortez, this and that, judging, yeah. So, whatever. I'm done. Terrible main event. The best thing we can get out of this is Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez. I want to see that fight. Why I want to see that fight. That's all I gotta say. Sug Rose is back and it's as boring as ever. Boom. That's the recap. To go over how I did on picks, I went 4 of 13 through 2 perfect, 325. I know it says 5, but I got this wrong. So really all I got right was Lima, Ogden, Talbot, and Williams. I think I said in my breakdown, if I said on Twitter before the card, I expected to do shit on this card and I was right. It was a really hard card to predict. The main event, I thought was a lot closer than expected. Dobson fought I don't know why he tried to strike. Billy Q had an off night. This was closer than on paper, in my opinion. Ramos is stupid. Gibson didn't show up. Nguyen just got beat up. And Usman's stupid. So, whatever. It happens. It was an average card. At least the card was not terrible. If I did terrible on picks and the card was terrible, I'd be pretty fucking annoyed. But at least the card was passable. So, yeah. The bonuses. The fight of the night went to Errens and Stephen Nguyen, of course. Performance of the night to Padilla and Talbot. I would have gave Padilla's performance bonus to probably Erosa. I think I would have gave it to him more than Padilla, but either way, it's fine. And André Lima did get a bite of the night bonus. I'm not fucking kidding. Look on UFC's Instagram or Twitter. So, good for him. And the only thing left to go over is if you missed a card, what would I say you should rewatch? You should just rewatch this for the insane part of it. Errens and Nguyen, of course. I guess this fight's quick. Why not? Same thing here. Talbot, and you could probably end there. Don't watch this garbage for 25 minutes. Don't watch this. Don't waste your time. Who cares? Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. If you want to do a robbery review. So pretty much Lima, Errens, Erosa, Padilla, and Talbot is what I would say you should rewatch. You can just skip the rest. Trust me. So, yeah, I think I hit all the points I wanted to hit. I ranted enough. That's all I gotta say. I know sorry the recap is coming out a little late. The card had pay-per-view time for some fucking reason as well. Why it got the pay-per-view time I don't get, but whatever. Stupid, but fine. Yeah, so now to move on to UFC Atlantic City, Blanchfield versus Fierro. I can't wait for that main event. I know a lot of people are not happy about it. I don't care. That's one of the best fights of the year on paper, and I can't wait. So you'll hear me break down that card Friday, 1 p.m. EST, and you'll hear me recap it Sunday, hopefully 1 p.m. EST. I know that is a late card as well, so we'll see what happens. If I don't get lazy and tired after the card, it will be 1 p.m., but if I get lazy and tired after the card, it will be around this time again, so yeah, I don't think I'm forgetting anything to say. Besides, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of 2024. Can I talk a little faster? And as always, RX out. Good vibes only and always.